But
Yeah.
yeah, so if you look at the run, right, I think that he's 3-1 against LeBron in the finals, right?
Hmm.
And he has 4 rings as compared to Bron's 4. You look at Curry and how he changed the game. He changed the NBA game and how the game is played with all these guys shooting 3-pointers now. Everybody think they Curry.
Right.
Nobody think they Braun, even though Braun is a different specimen in his own right, but Braun didn't come in changing the game. Braun came into the league with these expectations and he superseded the expectations. Give Braun that. But when we look at the runs and the impact, can we say that Braun's impact and run is better than Curry's impact and run? Can we honestly say that? Take away the accolades because Braun obviously, MVPs. I think Steph got him in scoring titles. I think like 2-1, something like that. But if we look at the whole body of work, can we really put Braun over Curry realistically?
Mm, I
You go ahead,
mean,
Drex.
honestly, bro, Braun. If you're just talking about Braun's career compared to Steph
9 straight
Curry's
finals.
career,
Shout out to that. But he only got 4 out of those 9.
yeah, but it's like again, I can't be biased, bro. I just finished saying, bro, like Braun is a two-way player. I mean, he hasn't been that his whole career, but if we just talking about in terms of their run, like Braun at one point, Braun was a all-world defender, bro. Like
Braun never
he
been an
did.
all-world defender. Fuck out of here,
Come on,
Drex.
bro.
He been an
Come on,
all-world
bro.
chase down blocker
In
defender.
Miami, he
He
wasn't an
ain't never
all-world defender.
he ain't never locked down nobody. No, when did LeBron ever lock
All
down
right, hold
somebody?
up. Time out. I'm not saying he's the defender that Kobe and Mike was that pick you up 94 feet and turn you. You
He's
get
a
what I'm
chase
saying? He
down
wasn't.
defender.
Yeah, but he could keep you in front. He could get physical. He's gonna block
He's
shots.
too
Like
duck feeted to be a lockdown defender. His feet is
yeah,
this way.
yeah, yeah. Not facts. He don't. Yeah, he don't have quick feet. No, he don't. He don't have quick feet at all. But like I said, he's he was more of a defensive minded player than Steph Curry was. I don't think Steph Curry's a bad defender. I just think he's devoid of size.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a very big
I,
guard, so
mm-hmm.
people could get physical with him. He's not necessarily pause. He's not strong in the behind, so he can't really
Curry shooting. Yep,
get to
analytics.
certain
Yep.
spots or move people off their spots the way he wants to. Like most of the time, people gonna get him in pick and rolls and find the matchup that they want in certain aspects. But if we just talking about a run, man, LeBron had an amazing run. Like a lot of people don't like LeBron, but dude had a immaculate run, bro.
He
Like just as
did.
an individual player.
He had an
Uh
immaculate run. He did.
yeah, I
I mean,
don't
there's no,
really.
we can't take nothing away from Braun.
Yeah,
Nothing. Like,
it's two
superb.
ways to look at it though,
But people,
because it's like,
I brought it up. I didn't mean to cut you off. But the
nah,
only
God,
reason why I brought it up because I see people now hinting at it, and they're going to talk about it once their careers come to an end. They're going to pin Braun because they've been pinned together so much in the finals that they're going to pin their two careers together. So I was like, you know what? Let's jump on this shit now. Let's talk about it now because it's going to be talked about. It's going to
I
be
think
talked
the
about.
only way, I think the only way people are gonna actually buy into that
You see
is
what John said?
if the Warriors if the Warriors win
Facts.
this year. That's the
Yeah.
only way. If the Warriors win this year, then we it's not even a conversation at that point
Right.
because Curry won. Now Curry has won with three different teams of the Warriors, which
Mm-hmm.
is something kind of like what Mike did in a way. Like Mike won with
Mm-hmm.
two iterations of
Mm-hmm.
the Bulls. Like you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You had the first three people, Horace Grant and Craig Hodges and what's my BJ Armstrong and them dudes, and then the second three people you talk about Steve
Mm-hmm.
Kerr, Rodman, Lonely, uh, what's his name? What's homeboy that?
Winnington.
Wennington, like all of
Mm-hmm.
them, like it's a different team. So
Mm-hmm.
if Curry
Cool
is able to pull
coach.
this off, then
Uh-huh.
I think that's his argument. Like he was able to win with three iterations of his team, and where as to where Braun got stale in certain places and then went to other teams in order to win.
What you think, Mel?
I mean, honestly, Curry definitely changed the game and with the shooting and everything. But
Facts.
I mean, if we just keeping it a stack, man, Braun came in the league doing this thing. Curry didn't get that until Mark Jackson came 5 years, like 5 years into it. We talking about somebody who's been playing for 22 years at a certain level. So
Facts.
I think that, LeBron get hate, but we're not going to front like he wasn't 25-5, help lead the Cavaliers to the finals. Like he led Cavs to the finals as a youngin and beat a better Detroit Pistons team. Stepped up 25 straight. Like we're not going to like I can't like do that and act like Braun was never average. He was
Never.
always good for when he came
Never.
in
Yeah,
Child
and never
prodigy.
dropped off less than that. You know what I mean?
I
And
agree.
to exceed expectations, like let's not like he had so much hype, but he exceeded expectations. That was not easy to do. And it's like, I can't hate on him. Like, I'm not saying he's my favorite player or something, but people want to talk about him losing in the finals. Do you know how hard it is to get to the finals for like a damn near like a decade?
Yeah,
No matter if you win it or not, that ain't easy. And
right.
Nah,
mind
it's
you,
not.
he wasn't he didn't have it wasn't like he was losing with the best team. Couple years, his best players was injured. You're going against the better team every year. And
I don't
then
know about that, man. I'm gonna have to push back on that,
I'm
bro.
talking about with the Golden State teams, like
I don't
especially
know
with Durant.
about that,
With
man.
Durant and them, all
Nah,
right,
I don't know
but
about that,
all
man.
right, all right, but that also even after that though, when Kyrie left, yo, they beat a younger Boston team that was actually more talented in Game 7 and still got him. So it's like it's a lot of things he did that's like I'm not gonna frown upon it and act like it's just like anybody could just go and
But
do that.
Warriors beat Boston too when Boston was supposed to be at that peak or that
I
time
mean, yeah,
to
yeah.
win. Warriors got them.
Yeah, yeah, they beat him, but I'm talking about from Braun's standpoint.
Hmm.
And I will say though, for Curry, I like what he did. He made his mark. He proved that you could win being primarily a jump shooter. Like that was always a thought that you couldn't
Good
win with
point.
relying on the jumpers and the threes. So he's made his mark. But
Hmm.
LeBron has been better, longer, and from the gate. So I can't say that Curry's run has surpassed Bron's. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so does impact plays a factor into a run to like your run?
Impact, I
It has.
mean, it depends on how you look at it.
Because all
It
right, so who had a bigger impact, LeBron or Curry?
on the game of
The
basketball,
game of basketball.
Curry, I would
Curry.
definitely say Curry for sure.
Curry. So
As far as
does that
impact on
play
the
into the
game of
factor of
basketball,
the run? Like who had a better run? Was it
I think
Curry or was it Braun?
the only way to find out is if Curry wins this year. If Curry wins this year, then I don't think we can even have the argument. You got to say
yeah,
Curry.
yeah.
Um, a lot of people are gonna push back and say and look at LeBron's career, but we never seen like if we're comparing him to
I like
Michael Jordan,
that, John.
which
Hmm.
which he put on himself and
Put that
put
on
out to
himself.
the
Yep.
world, then when Jordan started winning, because people like to talk about, hey, he didn't win his whole
Negative,
career.
John.
Once he started winning,
Uh huh.
nobody won.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Hmm.
So you can't be the GOAT and you in an era with a guy that you went head to head with in the
And
finals,
got up
and,
on you
and he won more than you, and still won after that.
after that.
That's kind of like the Tim
Okay, that's a
Duncan
good point.
thing.
It's a
Like
good point.
Curry's career is kind of treading in like Tim Duncan's direction. It's not Michael Jordan esque. It's not LeBron esque. It's not Kobe esque. They're not gonna win back to. They might not win back to backs, but throughout the course of their career, they're always gonna be able to compete for championships. And I think Steph Curry's career is really treading in that direction, like how Tim Duncan's was. He didn't win all the time, but throughout his years, he always was able to compete for championships. And I
Hmm.
think you can't take that away from Steph Curry.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be talked about because I
It's gonna
hear
be
some
tough.
of these.
That's a tough one.
They're gonna
If
be
Curry
Yeah,
wins
talking
this year,
about
that's
it.
gonna be
That's gonna
tough.
be tough.
yeah,
Is they're gonna talk about it because they say
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
yo, Curry got three on Braun. He
It's
got
only
three on.
two dudes. It's only two dudes that I think can realistically, right now. I'm not sure. Maybe Ant-Man, if he starts to win championships, I'm not sure. But
Mm.
there's two guys I think that could trump LeBron if they win another championship. And this is about to be very controversial. Steph Curry and the Joker. The Joker
Joker?
got 3 league MVPs.
Yeah, but he ain't got the rings to back it up though.
He got if he get a second one, it's like
He would
yo,
need
he
to. I
got two.
think Joker would need to at least get
No,
3.
fair. But the debate will start to happen because now people are gonna say he won a championship without another All Star
Yeah,
or a Hall of Famer or a top
But
75 player.
he can't
yeah.
be in terms of comparing him, like putting him in the mix with LeBron. He can't be because
Why
LeBron is
not?
40.
I mean, when LeBron won, he played with all world talent. He didn't like with those when he was making it to the finals in 2007. Like he didn't have an all world team. Like
Nah, he didn't.
anytime LeBron won, he had an all world team.
That's
That
fact.
Lakers team in 2020 was loaded top to bottom.
That's facts.
Period.
That's
They didn't
fact.
have a flaw on that
That's
team.
facts.
They had rim
Rim
protection.
protection,
They had guards
guard
that was gonna
play,
defend on the perimeter.
shooters.
They
Yeah.
had a floor general in
Rondo.
Rondo. They had
Yeah.
the best coaches. They had Jason Kidd. They
Kid.
had
Yep.
they had what's the name?
Carl
Frank Vogel.
out.
He's a
Yeah.
defensive
Cool. Yeah.
coach.
Fogel. Yeah. Fogel.
Like,
Yep.
what are we talking about here? They had
Mhm.
shooters
Yeah,
all over the
Yeah.
place. Like LeBron
yeah.
is only one when he's had a great team and great Hall of Fame talent. We've never seen that with Joker. Joker is really winning. I mean, he got Russell Westbrook on his team, but this is not the Russell Westbrook that we're watching from OKC
Mm-hmm.
or from
Yeah,
Houston or Washington. Like, we're not seeing this type of Russell Westbrook. So Joker is really out there dominating, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dominating. I think if he
yeah.
wins another one, I'm not saying he surpassed LeBron, but that debate is gonna start to happen because he's so close in MVPs and he's not too far behind in chips.
I mean, I think that's a stretch only because
And
he's
then
not
the
in
numbers
LeBron's
are
era.
insane.
He's not in LeBron's era. Like, he's not in LeBron's era. He beat LeBron, yeah, swept him, but this is
You
LeBron
sounding like
outside of his
MJ
prime.
now.
Nah, he
See?
outside of his prime. When
Nah,
Mike is in his prime, nobody wins. This is
fair,
we can't.
but no, I'm talking
We,
about that last comment you said. It's not his era. Look, it's not about the era. It's about all time. They're gonna look at it and be like, "Yo, all time, where does Joker rank?" Because bro.
I
It's
think they're
people.
gonna put Joker all time amongst like how they
Is
do Shaq. They
he a
put
top
Shaq
five
all
center
time
right
amongst
now? He's
centers.
making it very hard with
They're
what
going to
he's
probably
doing.
put Joker as far as centers, not all time players. Because if you look at Shaq, right, they always put Shaq.
I don't
They never
know,
mention
bro.
him with
Joker,
players. They
he's
always say with
different.
centers. They ain't going to put Jokic and compare him to LeBron. They ain't going to do that. They're going to put Jokic with. Where did he rank amongst the centers of all time? That's what they're going to put Jokic at.
Sure.
Yeah, they're not going to categorize him with all time players. Not Jokic. Not Jokic.
I think they are just because of the simple fact of he does a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shaq was just dominant in the paint. He
Mm-hmm.
gonna rebound. He gonna block shots. He did what a traditional big man did. Olajuwon was a little bit different from 15 feet out.
Mm-hmm.
He had a quick little hand. He had a handle too. Olajuwon had a handle too. Let me not be disrespectful.
Because
He
if you look
definitely had
at
a handle.
Duncan, they don't consider Duncan one of the greatest players of all time.
Yes, they
You
do.
don't.
Who?
Yeah.
I don't never hear Duncan
I mean,
mentioned, and I always hear him
people put
mentioned.
him in the top
I
10.
always,
Yeah,
I,
I always hear him in the
I
top
hear
10, bro.
it,
He's
but
top
Yeah.
five to me.
that's. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like greatest. I'm talking about in the Mike's
Yeah,
category, Kobe
Yes.
yeah.
category. I
Yes.
never heard
Yes.
it. They put
People,
him as power forwards. They say
nah.
Duncan is the greatest power forward to play. I
I've
don't
heard
hear him like
people put Duncan in the top 5.
Yeah,
we talking about. I never hear nobody talk about Duncan as a goat
Yeah.
ever,
Yo, bro, it was even
ever.
on a debate. They were saying that Duncan higher than Kobe. And yo,
they
yeah.
were saying,
We talk
yeah.
about the
I'm being,
greatest player of all time, Duncan. He's in that comment. He's
yes.
ever in the comments.
I'm
I
not
Yeah.
never heard it.
People
saying
put
he's
him
in
in
the.
there.
I'm
I
not
never
saying
heard it.
he's in the GOAT debate,
I
but
never
he's
heard it.
definitely for me, just me personally, he's top five.
I mean,
Yeah,
Duncan is
people
top
been
five,
putting
yeah,
him in
because
there.
again,
He's top five to me.
like Sergio said, you got to be the best at your
Sincerely.
position in order to be considered the greatest of all time. Duncan is the greatest power forward to ever play the
No,
game. No question,
no
no debate.
question.
It's not there's a landslide. So, but I never heard him in an argument in comparing to Jordan as who's the greatest player of all time. I
Well,
never
not
heard
Nah, that's
nobody
a
say
compared
different
to
that.
Jordan,
conversation. That's a
but
different conversation.
No, but that's what I'm
you
saying.
know,
I'm saying Duncan was never in the conversation of the GOAT. Top 10, top
Oh
5, that's
nah, I
cool.
mean the goat is. I mean that's a short list. That's only like
It's
three
yeah.
people.
22, Kobe and Mike. Kobe and Mike.
Yo, man.
All right, let's move on because we got to
Yo,
move on.
I all right,
Face of
the
the league.
face of the league, yeah.
Who is the NBA's face of the league? Is it Ant Edwards or is it Jason Tatum? Because these are the only two guys that
That's not
people
even
talk about.
that's not even a question. It's not a question. Jason
Who?
Tatum is not the face of the league.
Why? Why not?
He has the credentials, but he don't have the it factor, bro. It's almost like, for example, right? Like you probably gonna be like, oh, I'm feeling, but nah. Like if you in their prime, if we talk about 2001, like even if the NBA didn't want to push it, but you could make a case for AI being face of the league because he just had it. Some people just have it. Ant-Man has it. Jason Tatum don't have it. I mean, it's
Are you
to me,
serious right now, bro?
what you mean?
He don't have it.
I'm talking about as far as like from a personality, not
Oh, you saying
credentials.
like he has a? Oh, you saying like how he presents himself? Like he
Yeah,
don't
like you
have
know
a.
how some people just
Okay.
got it,
Yeah.
you know they just got that it factor.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about Tatum. It's not because I don't think
It's not
he's
like a big
worthy.
aura
You know
around him.
what I
I
mean?
get what
That's
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying. Like that's why I use AI. Like AI, you know, you had other guys, like, but it's like AI just had it. Like it was no denying
He was
the presence.
influenced. He was an
Yeah,
influencer.
I feel like Edwards has more of it from the commercials, the personality. They comparing him to Mike, Kobe. He, especially after they eliminate the Lakers, people back on him crazy.
Yep.
It's like he doing stuff that making people draw to him. Like Jason Tatum is like Tim Duncan. He just hoop and do his thing, and that's it.
All
And
right.
it's nothing wrong with it.
Before you go, Drex, you know I got to bring some stats in, right?
Oh
So,
man.
so
Yeah.
we gonna go to some stats, and this is
All
just
right.
the stats,
All
right?
right.
So
All
I
right.
pulled it up, and this is just between Ant and Tatum. So this is head to
Yeah.
head stats between them. So between the two points per game, Anthony Edwards is at 26.6, Tatum is at 33.4. Busting the guys. In game highs against each other,
Uh
Anthony
huh.
Edwards 38, Tatum 53. Right? Now let's go down to where is it at? Where is it at? Okay, in
That
2021 when
boy
they
cold.
went head to head, in that game in 2021, April 9th, that's the game where Anthony Edwards had 24, Jason Tatum gave him 53. The other head to head, Anthony Edwards had 23, Jason Tatum had 26 and 11 boards. So if you go by stats, Tatum been busting Edwards' ass every time he played. So in the back of his head, Tatum hears the noise. He hears the noise when his man Brown got Eastern Conference MVP and Finals MVP. He hears the noise. He hears the noise that Ant is the face of the gonna be face of the league. He hears the noise. I'm not saying that Tatum could be the face of the league because, like you said, bro, Anthony Edwards just got that persona, that swag, that braggadocious shit with him that gravitates towards him. But if you're talking about the face of the league, is talking about as far as productivity, Tatum got it. He got it. He's just that dude. Ant is coming. He coming. Ant that nigga too. But face of the league, I would have, in my unbiased opinion, I would have to say you got to give it to Tatum right now because he won a championship, been to the finals already. Looks like, you know, depending on what Cavs do, could be to another finals and get there yet. So can we say Ant is the face of the league if he hasn't had those accolades that Tatum has right now? I don't
Yeah,
know.
because yo, Jordan
I don't know.
was the face of the league when Magic and Bird had more credentials than him. If you just got it, you got it. Like it's just
I
I
that's
don't
don't
know about. He
necessarily agree
was
with
up
that,
and
man.
coming. Yeah, he
Yeah, he
wasn't the
wasn't the
we not
face.
face,
we,
bro.
I
He
know
wasn't the
we not
face.
doing that shit. We're
Nah,
not
Nah, he wasn't the
you know
he wasn't
face,
the
bro.
face at that
He wasn't
time.
the
Nah,
face. He was
he
he was
probably
exciting to
he was
watch.
yeah he was the new exciting thing for
Yeah,
sure.
for
But the
sure. He
face,
wasn't the
nah,
face.
Larry and Magic was carrying
Yeah.
that. Before,
in the early
like
80s. Once it started getting to the late 80s, wasn't Michael Jordan was the guy. He just didn't win no ring yet, but he was the
But he
guy.
wasn't the
He was the
face,
most
bro.
exciting to watch.
He wasn't the face yet.
He wasn't a face
Nah, he
though,
wasn't the face
because
yet, bro.
All
They
Converses
was
was still
right.
promoting him
ruling. The
as
Magic and them
being
niggas was
one
doing
of the
that.
faces for
Yeah,
sure. They was
he wasn't a
promoting, but
face.
not the face yet, bro. Do you know how big Magic Johnson was in the '80s? I wasn't born in the '80s, but I be looking
I
back,
mean,
bro.
yeah. I
As
mean,
Magic was
I see.
legendary.
He
He
was.
was he was AI in the '80s.
Yeah, he was coming in
He
giving niggas 60. He was
Walking in with minks on
he
with
was that
Madonna and
dude,
all of that.
he was he
but he
was doing
wasn't the
his thing.
face of the
But
league.
I mean, I just say, when we talk about the face, it ain't about all the credentials, man. When it come to that, man, we know that because wasn't nobody saying, excuse me, Tim Duncan was the face over Allen Iverson
Oh hell no,
or
no,
certain.
absolutely
That's what
not.
I'm saying. The credentials is not what determine the face of the league.
But you gotta win or at least compete for at a high level, bro. Like, I mean, nah, I've
Yeah,
never heard of a
yeah,
face that didn't win, bro.
because
I
Jordan was
mean,
the face when he started
yeah,
winning
that's when he
chips.
dethroned Magic in the finals. That's when he
So
became
Yeah,
the face of the league.
yeah,
so
I gotta agree with Drex on this
and
one
so
now.
and so and so in 2001, Kobe Bryant was not the face of no damn. And
No,
nobody was over Allen Iverson.
Kobe
Period.
was
Kobe was
not.
never the
Stop,
face of the
man.
league because
AI was
Period.
not
Kobe
the face of the
Kobe
league
never
in
wanted to be the face of the
2001,
league
man.
anyway. He
Like I'm
wasn't the face of the league.
Yo,
not even saying this. Yo, I put any amount of money on this. Y'all didn't see
no,
no.
man.
The most jerseys that you saw was number 3.
No, he was the
He's all
most
over.
influential for sure.
He was the face, but he wasn't the
Nah.
person who they said I want to be the face. They had no control. It just was like,
Nah,
damn,
he couldn't
this motherfucker
be the face
is
because Mike
fit.
was still winning chips at that
I'm talking
time.
Nah, he
So
said
Mike
about
01.
was still the
He said
AI
face.
in,
01.
in
Oh,
oh
01,
01,
01, 01. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2000. Like, bro, let's keep it a stat. Iverson's on all the magazines, on all the shows. He's making the
He's
rap
one of
music.
the stars
He,
of the league, bro, but he was never the face.
I
all
mean,
right,
I,
man.
That like
to
All
when
right.
Mel's
that
point,
when Jordan retired, remember it was a lockout. It
Yeah,
was that lockout year, so the league was kind of nasty. They was losing money. They was losing ratings
yeah,
because Michael Jordan wasn't playing no more because he was the
yeah,
star attraction at that time. And
yeah.
then here comes Shaq and the Lakers. Shaq,
yeah.
if we're gonna say anybody at that time, you talking about 2000, 2001,
Wait,
Now
that
we're
early
not doing
2000s,
wait. You
that
about
that.
to
was
say
Shaq,
Shaq
bro.
was not
Shaq?
over Allen Iverson.
You said
Hell
Shaq.
no. Drex, come on,
Hold on,
son.
Drex. Hold on, Mel. Play it, Mel. Hold on, Drex. Hold on. I was
I'm
with
about
you,
to
Drex.
give y'all my reason why. I'm about to
Let me
tell
hear
you.
it. All right,
That's whoa, Drex.
I'm about to tell y'all why.
That's whoa.
let me hear it. Let me hear
Shaq.
it. Let me hear
I'm
it.
about to tell y'all why, bro.
All right.
Just like y'all say, Allen Iverson has the bravado and the aura and all of that. So did Shaq. Shaq was putting out rap albums. Shaq was in movies. Shaq was a sheriff. Like he was everywhere.
That was in
I
mid '90s, early
gotta
But
'90s,
disagree
it was
with you
Drex.
on
still
this one,
going
Drex.
and it was still happening going into the 2000s, bro.
Yeah, I gotta
Nah,
disagree
The
with you on this
nah,
one,
Superman
Drex.
thing, everything, bro.
Nah.
He was dominating the
nah.
You know
league.
what?
He was
If anybody was the face,
dominating
he
the
was
league.
at that
He was
time.
dominating the league, but he
But
wasn't
yeah,
AI as far as
AI
the
was on
impact,
everything,
bro.
and the
I
reason
mean,
why,
everybody wasn't 7 foot.
and the reason why
Most people can
I would
relate to
say
AI.
so. Okay, to as both of y'all points is valid. There wasn't really a
Right.
face at that current time because NBA didn't want Allen Iverson to be the
No,
face because of
they didn't
his
want it. No,
style that he brought to the league. They didn't want that baggy shit. They didn't.
And then
Lee
Kobe
didn't
was
want that. Stern didn't want
standoffish
that
back
shit.
then.
You
Kobe
know,
was
but
yeah,
it
standoffish
was
back then.
it resonated with the niggas. Let's keep it
Right.
funky. Resonated with the niggas. So niggas like, yo, we fucking with AI, and AI was all over the place. But there was really no face because
Yeah. I
Vince
feel
was
like the
there.
next
Like
face
John said,
is
Vince was there. Kobe, AI was really no
oh, yeah, we
face.
forgot about Vince. They yeah, Vince. Vince is one of
Yeah,
them niggas too.
yeah.
I
it
give
was
you that. It was multiple
it was
people.
multiple.
I
It was
It was
multiple
really no
people.
face. Like how
I'll
Mike
give you that.
was, how
I'll
Magic
give
was. Really no
I'll give
face at that
give you
time.
that.
There's
I'll
only
give
been
y'all
like
that.
3 or 4 faces of the league before.
Yeah, it was because that in that era, it was a lot of players. You had Duncan, Mac, Allen, you know,
Vince,
Vince,
Kobe,
Kobe.
Shaq,
It was
even
Shaq. It was
C Webb was still valid at that
it
point in
Right.
time too.
was a lot of
A lot of
players. A
dudes
lot of
KG,
so
in the
to give it
league,
to
bro.
one player,
Yeah.
because none of them was really like well, aside from Shaq and Kobe, because they was winning championships. But it wasn't like the Michael Jordan effect. It was fiending to find somebody like a Michael Jordan
I don't think we
after
have
Michael
that right
Jordan,
now.
and we don't get
Yeah.
Even
yeah.
with
All
Ant-Man
right.
doing what he's doing, we're
Yeah.
still, because this is the internet and everything is like
Mm,
this, bro. I think we gotta give, even though Ant is playing well, we have to give it a chance to develop
to
Yeah.
because
develop.
Is that
Because
a
we
one
can't even say
set person?
LeBron was the face of the league at one point.
I
He wasn't even the face.
because
Because
I
Curry was
remember like
killing overseas with his international stardom.
they didn't just give
So
it to Braun like that. Like
Yeah.
they really like started to respect Braun once he
mm,
won.
mm.
Like
But
he
was
Yeah.
did get
Braun
a.
was really a face of the league?
I think he became the face of the league once he won
Mm.
because
Yeah.
remember his legacy got damaged in that finals in 2011.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
against the
series that was
yeah.
bad. I never seen no superstar perform like that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like
Nasty work.
I'm talking about a player like him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like of his ilk. Like we talk about like there's
Facts,
only a
John.
few guys that you could compare to LeBron, like the Kareems, the Magics, the Jordans, the
Hmm.
Kobe. Like I've never seen nothing like that
Hmm.
in the
Yeah.
NBA
For sure.
finals before. And I've seen a lot of NBA finals.
Yeah.
I've
Hmm.
never seen no guy of his stature perform like that. So I
Hmm.
don't know if he was the face at that point for sure.
Hmm.
Maybe the
Yeah.
next year once they beat OKC, but yeah. I'll say he was the face of the league from 2012 up until now. So that's like what,
Yeah.
13 years?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll say he's been the face of the league the last 13 years for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Like again, we like between is it we people are thrusting like the media thrusts and Tatum into there, but you still got Jokic out there. You got Shea Gilgeous Alexander about to be the MVP of the league.
Is he?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like who can you? Why nobody's talking about Shea Gilgeous as the face of the league? He about to be the MVP, right? So I think now with this pool of stars that's coming up, Luka Doncic, right? Can he be the face? He's an international
No.
star coming out, but we don't know. Until you be dominant, until you come win championships back to back, then undoubtedly be the face of the league. But right now, it's still a toss up between anybody, in my opinion.
Honestly, when you become the face of the league, it has to be separation between you and everybody else. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think anybody in the league right now out of the young guys have really separated themselves from the
John said
pack.
American and black. He
Like, you
said,
know what I'm
fuck them
saying? Huh?
international niggas. John said, it got to be American and black to be the star, to be the face of the league.
So my boy John, man.
John,
Ha.
John crazy.
Yo, he always got the funny comments, man.
Yo, that's crazy, man. But
Nah,
yo,
but
man,
ain't
I wanna.
nobody. Yeah.
We was gonna do the what you call it, the top, what was the what ifs, but we can't get into it right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut that for next weekend. We're gonna put it on the page and have the people go crazy in that, man. But yo, Drex, man, we appreciate you for coming through, man.
Yo,
As
yeah, thank y'all for having
always,
me. Always.
joining the debate. You know what it is. It's your boy C.O. McLean.
Boy Melly Mel, man.
Big
You know
Drex.
what it is, man. 2 Cents in the Podcast, episode 8. We got come here, mommy. Come here, mommy. Say peace. This is why we gotta end this short.
Hey,
I gotta take her home.
I got you. See you later, Lay.
Say see ya.
All right, later.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Aya.
Boy.
All right.